we're looking at the love life. That's the series we're working on. And today we're going to have a quick look at the elements of the love life. And let's start with, of course, we want to look at the elements. We want to look at First Corinthians 13. So let's go there. Your scriptures up. First Corinthians 13, I'm going to start from verse 1. It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not love, I have become as sounding brass or a clanking cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mystery and all knowledge, he said, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. So it starts clearly, it says, if I have the gifts of the Holy Spirit, says that if I operate the gifts of the Holy Spirit in an atmosphere that is not of love, in hate, in strife, in competition, in greed, if that is what is driving my operation of the gifts of the Holy Spirit, he said, it profits me nothing. I'm just making noise. I will not have the impact that I should have. That I will have no impact. Every impact that I have will be negative. In other words, God will not support me. God will back out. If it's not in love, God will back out. Oh, yes, he's the one that gave the gift. Oh, yes, he's the one that equipped you. You have a beautiful ministry. Yes, he's the one that has that ministry. Yes, he's the one that equipped that ministry. Yes, he's the one that called you. But when you don't operate in love, he will back out. He will back away from you. When you are in competition, you need to overcome the next minister. You need to do, if you're around there, many times you're not careful. That's what we do in church. This minister built 1,000-member congregation, and because I feel I can look at that man, I'm more equipped than him. So I need to build 10,000 to show that I'm bigger than him. Wow. That's not God. That's not God. You may get it built, but you'll not be blessed by it. You will get it built. In fact, when you get it built, you may likely be punished by God for it. And that's something you got to watch out. Many things that we do on earth, we don't get praise, we get punishment. When on that day you stand before God, God will punish you for it. You write a book, God will punish you for writing that book. Why? Because you are not working in love. You were writing that book for extra purposes. He didn't tell you to write that book. Even when he told you to write that book, you wrote that book just because of the profit, just because of competition. You will get punished on that day for writing that book. He said, when you do any of these things out of love, and he will mention faith. I talk about faith so much because the Bible says the just shall live by faith. So every preacher, I believe, should mention faith. You can't function in the Christian life without faith. But the low down is that even if you have faith that you can remove mountains, if you are not walking in love, forget it. Don't work. And that's many times many people that try to operate the faith principle, they don't go back to check. Or nobody wants to check on the area of love. Nobody wants to. But really, that's one of the major reasons why many people's faith don't work. Especially when they're operating the principles, they're not in love. And because they are not in love, they are faithful. They do the confessions, they do the declarations, they sow the seed, they do every single thing. They stand on the word, God, I believe, I receive that. But everything they are doing is not out of love. They are doing it just to show somebody. They are doing it for different purposes. Somebody must see my brand new car. Wow, yes. Why must people see your brand new car? Why must you go to show that you're more superior to them with your brand new car? If you want to buy a brand new car and ride a car for utility purposes so that it will help you in life, that's good. But why must you have a car so that other people will mourn because you have a car? It says when you have that motive. In other words, God is saying, I'm looking at your motive. What is driving you? I'm looking at your motive. What is driving you? So what you do God is not just looking at what you do, the result. He's looking at your heart, looking at your motive. Then the same thing you see in the next verse. He says, though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body. Now, why is he saying that? So that you don't think it's only the gifts of the Holy Spirit he's talking about, the gifts, the spiritual areas also. He's talking about the mundane things of life. He said that I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. I'm a nice philanthropist. God is saying, oh, man will clap for you, but I'm not clapping for you. Because you are giving only to be seen, you are giving to be noticed. You're not giving to impact. If the cameras are not there, you will not give. If people are not there, you will not. If they don't notice you, you will not give. So I don't want that. You give regardless. Either they notice or don't notice. Either they clap for you or they don't clap for you. Why? Because you want to impact somebody. You give out of love, not out of strife. You give not just that because so that the person will obey your own plans and your purpose. You give so that you want to bless that life without any other strings attached. He said, and though I bestow my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, that means you become a martyr, but I have not love, it profits me nothing. That's heavy, very heavy, very heavy. So that's why you understand Jesus on the cross. He didn't cause. Stephen when he was stoned, he was still praying for those who were stoning. God to work. Was he feeling the pain? Oh, yes, he was feeling the pain. He was feeling the pain. But at the same time, he was working from a higher principle, the foundation of love. We need to walk by that. God bless you.